pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Welcome to the Richland Bean Blossom Community School Corporation special board meeting and public hearing. Are there any visitors who would, roll call first, let the record show that all board members are present. Are there any visitors who would like to address the board? No. So moving on the agenda, the next item is a public hearing for a proposed amendment to the superintendent's contract. This is an opportunity to hear from the public. There was the posting in the paper, posting on the website. Everything was done in accordance there. Couple of the main changes in the contract or amendment to the contract is a 2-year extension of the contract beginning July 1st of 2021 and extending to June 30th of 2023. Compensation beginning July 1st, 2021 would be $135,000 subject to withholding. That's the primary changes. There is something with the VALIC retirement fund, but that again was in the posting. So those are the major changes. Are there anyone from the public who would like to address this topic? Hearing none, we will move on. We'll close the public hearing for the proposed amendment to the superintendent's contract and move into consideration to approve contract with a TerraStep company for the construction of the Innovative Learning Center. Dr. Sanders.
Yes, thank you, President Kerr. At our May school board meeting, you approved awarding the bid for the Innovative Learning Center project to the lowest bidder, which is TerraStep Company Incorporated. Tonight, we are asking you to approve the contract with TerraStep. Ferguson Law has reviewed the contract, and George Link with VPS is here tonight to answer any of your questions. And pending any discussion, we recommend your approval.
Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is consideration to approve Memorandum of Understanding with the Richland Bean Blossom Education Association. Dr. Sanders.
Sure. As you are very well aware, the 2020-21 school year was like no other in the history of education. I believe, and I think you would agree, that RBB did an excellent job responding to the ever-changing nature of COVID-19 by developing and adjusting our safety measures and implementing various schedules that were the most appropriate at the time. We went from hybrid to the 4-1 model to e-learning, back to a combination of hybrid and the 4-1 schedule, to finally bringing all of our students back to 5 days a week, which was the highlight of our school year, I believe. Each time our school staff, teachers, and principals put in extra work to adapt to the new schedule. One particular memory that I have this past year was the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and it'll be a day I'll really will never forget because of multiple positive cases. I made a decision to go to full e-learning between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I found out, just as I sent out the all-call message, that our teachers and principals, our maintenance and transportation, everybody immediately rolled up their sleeves and got to work to get ready for that change. And really, that happened with every schedule we implemented. So as soon as Matt and I became aware that we could use our ESSER funds to provide school employees with a stipend for their extra work, we began working on that possibility. Matt spent a lot of time researching how other school corporations were paying this stipend. He spoke often with our grant representative at the Indiana Department of Education. Tonight we are proposing to use our ESSER II funds to pay RBB employees a stipend for the extra work our school staff, teachers, directors, and administrators put in over the last year due to the pandemic. Teachers and certified administrators will receive a stipend of $1,000. Full-time classified staff will receive $750. Part-time staff will receive a $500 stipend. The amount is prorated based on hire date, with those hired between January 1st and March 31st receiving half the stipend, and those hired after March 31st just would not be eligible. Our ESSER II amendment has been approved by the state. We have communicated with Doug Yules, president of the Teachers Association. We also worked with Christine Bartlett on the memorandum of understanding and also the resolution, which is the next item on the agenda. All eligible staff were required to sign a document attesting that they performed extra duties due to the pandemic. Matt is here. Matt, do you have anything you'd like to add to that? Okay, Matt's good. And so if you have any other questions, otherwise we'd recommend your approval of this memorandum of understanding with the Teachers Association to pay a stipend to qualifying employees for extra work as a result of COVID-19.
I will move approval of the MOU.
I'll second.
Okay.
So
Moved and seconded. Any questions,
Are we
comments?
voting on 5 and 6?
sorry?
Mr. Are we voting on number 5 and 6, or 6 and 7 both? Are we voting on the same thing?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Are we voting on number 6 and
Number
7
6
both?
and 7.
No, we're voting separately.
Voting separate, okay.
This is, the first vote would be on the
The
memorandum of
memorandum, okay,
understanding.
gotcha. All right. Good.
Okay. Any further questions?
I just would acknowledge what Dr. Sanders said, that I know the teachers from very close personal experience had to do a lot of extra work this year. I actually rode with my wife, drove her to almost all of her students' homes so she could drop off materials at that moment right before Thanksgiving when things changed, and it's not something that they've had to do in the past, along with all the other things that they had to do different. But it was, as he said, an unusual year.
Yes, and from my personal experience, my wife immediately after the all call was in contact with her grade level teachers and working diligently at the very beginning to prepare. So we appreciate all the hard work, and of course this stipend could be more. We would wish it was more because of all the hard work that was done, but it is gives pleasure to me at least, and I'm sure the rest of us, that we're able to do something to acknowledge the hard work that's gone into this.
And I appreciate Matt and Dr. Sanders for the work that they did to make it get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed.
Right.
Anything further? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll need to approve a resolution to provide the stipend to qualifying employees. So we have a motion
I will move approval.
I'll second.
moved and seconded. Any further questions or comments? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any board members who'd like to make any comments tonight?
Just
Hearing
nice
none.
that they got through this year.
I'm sorry.
Nice that they got through this year.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming tonight, and this meeting is adjourned.
You're getting better, 10 minutes.
Aye.